All right, week 8. We're getting close, guys. I don't know if you've looked at the schedule, but we've got 3 weeks left, and then just that Monday and Tuesday for your finals. So, like less than 3.5 weeks left. So, number one, what that means is check your grade. If you haven't done that lately, like if you haven't been seeing what your average is, go to the My Grade section. Just see where you're standing right now. If you are not where you need to be, if you're curious about it, you can send me a message, and I'll let you know, like, what are you going to have to make from here on out to finish with whatever letter grade you're shooting for. If you're doing good, awesome, keep doing what you're doing. But if you need to improve your grade and you're not sure what it's going to take or if that's possible, send me a message real quick and I can get back with you and let you know that information. All right, so this week you need to watch the Chapter 11 and Chapter 12 lecture videos. 11 is on genetics. This is probably my favorite chapter we cover. We talk a little bit about like how traits are passed from one generation to the next. We look at how some disorders are passed from one generation to the next. We can also look at things like if you know your traits and your significant other's traits, you can almost like predict what type of traits your kids can have. It's a little bit more interesting than like, I'm not saying photosynthesis wasn't super exciting, but it's a little bit better than that. Chapter 12 sounds awful at first. It's called Molecular Biology of the Gene. All that is we're talking about DNA. And we get into details about how your DNA makes a copy of itself, how it can be used to make proteins and things like that. So those are the 2 lecture videos you need to watch, and you've got a review quiz which is due on Sunday, the 25th. Your lab this week is on mitosis and meiosis. I know we did those last week in lecture, but we're going to do the lab on them this week. Big thing you're going to do, now you're going to have some reading and things that you're just going to do on SI Cloud on that website. But part of it will be like identifying images of microscope slides of the different stages of mitosis and meiosis. And then finally in your lab kit, you've got some modeling clay. You're going to have to make models of the chromosomes and how they look during each stage of mitosis and meiosis. Just a heads up, if you're watching these, one of the things you have to do in meiosis is show how crossing over occurs. So make sure you read the instructions carefully on how to do that. All right. So that's also going to be due on the 25th. Just log on to SI Cloud, read through the instructions, read through the experiment. We'll tell you how to do each of those steps. And if you look at the items you need to provide, there's not much. You're going to need a camera. It says digital camera or smartphone. So if you've got it, you can use your phone for that. You can use, I guess you can use your webcam and take pictures with your computer if you don't have a smartphone with a camera. But you'll have to take pictures of each step that you do when you're making the models. Now, just a heads up, one of the things you have to do to get credit for that is you have to include a piece of paper with your name and the date. So make sure you do that when you're taking pictures of your models of the different stages that you did with the modeling clay. Make sure that you got a piece of paper with your name and the date in each of those pictures. All right. Scissors, some paper, clear tape, and paper clips. So nothing too big on that one. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the grocery store, hopefully, or anything like that. And then just a reminder that exam 4 is next week, so that's coming up pretty soon too. So make sure, go ahead, like as soon as you get done with chapters 11 and 12 this week, go ahead and start reviewing chapters 9 and 10. That was the cell cycle, mitosis, and meiosis chapters. And just be studying all of that because exam 4, that's one of your last chances to get a really good grade in your grade book before the drop date or before the end of the semester. All right? If you need anything, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know.